Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
We take your curiosity, grab some really fascinating sources, and pull out the key nuggets of knowledge for you.
That's the plan.
And today, we're really plunging headfirst into a world that, well, it pushes the boundaries of belief. We're talking UFOs, alleged government secrets, some pretty astonishing claims of human-alien interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Our sources for this one, they come from a raw, unfiltered call-in show. So you get personal accounts, people claiming to be whistleblowers, and yeah, some truly mind-bending theories.
It's quite a collection.
Right. So our mission here is to help you understand what's actually being claimed, what patterns maybe emerge from all these different stories, and, what it could all mean.
Yeah, how do these pieces fit together, if they do?
Exactly. So get ready to think a bit outside the box, because what you're about to hear, it definitely gets wild. But for the people sharing these stories, it's presented as their reality.
Indeed. And what's compelling, I think, is just the sheer breadth of perspectives we're going to encounter. You've got everything from individual sightings that are hard to explain away to these claims of widespread military activity and even some really audacious assertions about, ancient alien influences on humanity.
Covers a lot of ground.
It really does. So we'll explore not just what people are saying, but try to get at why these stories resonate so deeply with them and how they challenge, our standard understanding of things.
Right. It's a chance to look critically at how this kind of extraordinary information gets passed around and received.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack this with some of those direct experiences first.
Yeah.
We had callers claiming they saw things truly out of the ordinary.
Kind of eyewitness stuff.
Yeah. First up, Tracy Lonnie 2. She uploaded a video, says it shows diamond-shaped UFOs she saw just recently, right near the trees. Apparently, she even has a YouTube channel for this, Tracy Bonnie 2.
You see that specific visual description quite a bit, like the diamond shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's common in these UAP accounts.
Uh-huh.
And it brings up an interesting point, doesn't it? This immediate impulse people have now to document it, share it on YouTube or wherever. How does that actually shape the narrative itself?
That's a really good question. The act of recording and sharing.
And public engagement, too.
Right. Then we heard from Stone, from Kenneth Square, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
His experiences go back years. He talked about seeing a star years ago that would, shine super bright, then fly off, get dim. Did this maybe 5 times in a week, he said. And then more recently, he was doing a photo shoot at twilight, saw a real bright light with the contrails that just kept appearing over 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah. He even tried to Facebook live it, apparently. He calls them Starcraft.
Mm-hmm.
He's adamant, they're out there.
Well, the consistency over time is interesting. And again, that attempt to capture it, even if the quality isn't perfect, it speaks to this really personal, persistent search for answers, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like this deep desire to prove it, or at least share what you think you saw, even if people are skeptical.
Right.
Okay, now this next account, this one takes us into really anomalous territory. Robert from West Texas. Driving 80 miles an hour near Big Bend National Park back in 1988.
Yeah.
He and his buddy saw something. At first, looked like a standing deer off the road. But then, no, it's more triangular, had big eyes, and seemed to have only 2 legs, not 4.
Whoa. 2 legs.
Yeah. He was totally convinced it wasn't, natural to the environment there. He thought maybe it was a gray.
The classic gray description. Slender, big head, big eyes.
Exactly, that term from UFO lore.
Well, experiences like Robert's, they really highlight the profound challenge, don't they, of trying to identify something truly unknown. When something just shatters your known reality, that cognitive dissonance, it can lead to some really deep shifts in belief.
For sure. And it's funny, another caller, F1, he actually suggested maybe Robert saw an escaped kangaroo or something, the misidentification idea.
Right, the prosaic explanation attempt.
But Robert seemed absolutely certain. It just shows how deeply these unexplained sightings can affect someone. I actually had a weird experience myself back in Hawaii, Pololo Valley, maybe 75, 76.
Yeah.
Seeing things with huge eyes in the trees.
Really?
Yeah. Turned out later they were, believe it or not, Alaskan wallabies from a shipwreck in 1909. So sometimes there is an explanation, but for Robert, his sounded different.
Definitely sounds different from a wallaby.
Yeah. Okay, so moving from those individual sightings, let's look at a more unsettling idea that came up, that these things might be connected to broader activities, like military stuff or even alleged mind control.
Okay, widening the lens now.
Yeah. So Nelson from Pinellas Park, Florida, he's observed what he called a huge amplification of military activity in his county, just over the last 2 or 3 months.
What kind of activity?
Attack helicopters, trucks moving gear, that sort of thing. He thinks because Florida's a peninsula, it's a critical tactical position for the U.S. And he's wondering if this buildup is for, some kind of war or some major military event.
It's fascinating how people connect those local, very tangible things, like seeing more helicopters, to these big geopolitical frameworks.
Right.
Leads to concerns about national security, preparedness, whether justified or not.
Totally. And tied into that fear of sort of unknown control.
Yeah.
This is where Edward Snowden's name came up in these calls.
Snowden. Right.
According to these accounts.
Yeah.
Now, Snowden allegedly claimed that the CAARP program, the research facility that gets cited in a lot of theories.
Yes, the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Officially scientific, but yeah, it tracks a lot of other ideas.
Right. So the claim was Snowden said HAARP is designed to, quote, assassinate our minds, control our basic way of thought, and suppress enlightenment.
Wow.
The implication being this top-secret technology is actively trying to dumb down the people. One caller even suggested Snowden has to live in some kind of cage or use interference to block these alleged HAARP transmissions.
That's a chilling idea. Non-physical warfare, targeting thought itself. It taps into these really old anxieties about hidden influences, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Some callers even linked it to things like the Waco siege, claiming the FBI used sounds, even backward music, to influence people inside. That kind of historical resonance gives the idea power for some.
And F1, that caller who mentioned the kangaroo, he came back and claimed he personally experienced physical effects from this kind of alleged technology.
Oh, really? What did he say?
Said after a Black Hawk helicopter hovered like 100 feet above his house, he started having weird physical problems for no reason. He believes they have the ability to physically alter your function as a human being.
So direct physical impact claimed, tied to military hardware. That adds another layer entirely.
It really does. And building on that sense of manipulation, F1 went even further. He was relaying the sentiment that the government sees the public as sheeple, covers up incredible secrets.
The sheeple term, yeah, you hear that.
He brought up examples like Sandy Hook, claiming outside forces were involved, questioning official stories about, the plane not fitting or finding a stewardess's ID perfectly intact, things like that.
So questioning the narrative on multiple fronts.
Exactly. And 9/11 too. Mentioned claims of cut beams, firemen hearing explosions before the planes hit. For him, it seems, it wasn't just about UFOs. It's this fundamental distrust of almost any official story.
That perspective really speaks to a deep-seated belief in hidden agendas, doesn't it? A powerful critique of mainstream information. It shows how skepticism about one thing can sometimes cascade into questioning almost everything from official sources.
Yeah, it becomes a whole worldview. And just to add to the drama, during the call-in show itself, there was this buzz about potential breaking news, a possible UFO crash in Lake Erie.
Oh, really?
Mid-show. Yeah, a caller claimed to have extraordinary photo evidence coming in. It just highlights that sort of immediate unfolding feeling these narratives can take on for believers. Well, like it's happening right now.
That sense of urgency, yeah.
But then, okay, the claims that were probably the most astounding, the most sweeping, came from a caller named Moreno. He identified himself as being in charge of Majestic 12.
Majestic 12,
Yeah.
right. The legendary supposed secret committee overseeing alien stuff. Unconfirmed, of course, but huge in UFO lore.
Exactly. So Moreno claims he's been, quote, filtering this information out for 42 years now at the highest level of secrecy.
Filtering it out. Or filtering it to people?
Filtering it out to people seems to be the implication. Sharing it. He says UFOs crash constantly on Earth, and that we, presumably MJ-12 or the government, were able to retrieve a lot of UFOs.
A lot.
So many, he claimed, there's nowhere to store them anymore. And crucially, he asserts, we have communication with them.
Okay, that's a huge leap from cover-ups to ongoing direct communication and storage problems.
Yeah.
This claim, it speaks to a common paradox in these kinds of whistleblower stories. The idea that the truth is so suppressed, yet somehow individuals can still leak it or filter it out. And his assertion of direct interaction, integrating alien tech, that's truly grand narrative he's painting.
Oh, absolutely. So what does it mean for us, according to him? Moreno claims we have alien technology in the palm of our hand. He listed things like optic fiber, laser, microchip, night vision.
Common examples cited in that context.
Yeah. He estimated it would take our scientists like 30 or 40 years just to back engineer a tiny piece of this tech, like a pencil head size. But here's where his claims, they take this really profound turn. He states that extraterrestrial biological entities, EBEs, you call them,
Right, standard term.
have been on Earth for over 10,000 years. And get this, mingling with humans and breeding with humans.
Oh, okay. Breeding?
Yes. He provocatively said, all we are is descendants of them. We have in our genetic code alien codes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a fundamental challenge to identity, isn't it? It taps into those deep questions about human origins, echoes ancient myths of divine or non-human ancestors, but puts a sci-fi spin on it.
Totally. Our entire history, our biology reframed.
It reframes everything. What else did he claim flowed from that?
He said that early on, humanity had no defense systems. So a decision was made to essentially join them, cooperate.
Big exchange for
technology, and in return, the agreement was to suppress abductions on humans. So, a trade-off.
Cosmic bargain, essentially.
Kind of. He also noted that while some alien species are hostile and very dangerous, others are friendly. He named Venusians and Antarians as friendly dew species that look similar in humans.
Venusians, Antarians. Names you hear in certain esoteric or contactee traditions, often described as benevolent human-looking types.
Right. And he tied this all back to ancient civilizations, too, questioning how people back then could cut and move these massive, like 300,000-ton rocks so precisely in places like Egypt or Machu Picchu without alien help.
The ancient astronaut theory woven in, it's a comprehensive alternate history.
It really is. And here at the end of his call, Moreno actually offered to, quote, show you flying saucers in you as an alien body.
Show you what now?
Yeah, no. Show you flying saucers in you as an alien body?
Mm-hmm.
The live audience reaction apparently was just a massive yes.
Despite the implications.
Despite his final warning. He literally said these species controlled them, mind controlled them, and manipulated the entire program of reality that we live in.
So, offering proof of alien heritage, but also saying that heritage comes with total manipulation and control. That's quite the package deal.
Yeah. Talk about a catch-22.
Definitely.
We also heard someone try to connect the dots between different famous cases. A caller tried to link the Bentwaters case.
Rendlesham Forest, the UK incident in 1980.
Yeah. Tried to link that to the controversial Dr. Jonathan Reed video, you know, the one where Reed claimed he found and fought an alien.
Oh, that video. Highly debated, lots of skepticism about its authenticity.
Exactly. But the point is, the attempt to connect these disparate stories, it just shows the lengths people go to, trying to build a coherent picture out of all these complex, often conflicting narratives.
It really underscores that human need to find answers, doesn't it? And to find validation, especially for experiences that society often dismisses or even ridicules. When people feel unheard or alone with these experiences or beliefs, communities form around these narratives. They provide a space where these ideas aren't just accepted, but woven into a larger understanding, however unconventional it might seem from the outside.
That actually brings us right to the core of this, I think. F1, the caller we mentioned a few times, he put it really powerfully. He said it takes a lot of courage to share these kinds of experiences because of the criticism one gets.
Absolutely. The stigma is real.
Yeah. He even advised being kind of covertly about it until you're sure someone else is on board with you. He really emphasized that shows like the one we source this from, they provide an outlet.
So people don't feel isolated.
Exactly, so they don't feel alone. And don't go crazy, as he put it. He said people call in because they want help. It really hits home the personal impact these beliefs and experiences have.
It's not just abstract theorizing for them?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? We've journeyed from, diamond-shaped lights near trees all the way to claims of a 10,000-year history of alien breeding, secret military ops, tech exchanges.
It's been quite a ride through these narratives.
Yeah. The sources we dug into today, they suggest a world, or at least the possibility of a world, that's far more complex, maybe far more manipulated than we usually imagine. Hints of hidden forces potentially shaping our reality.
This deep dive, it definitely pushes us to question our basic assumptions about what's real, what's possible. It forces you to think about how much we really know about our own history, our origins, and what influences might be operating just beyond our everyday perception. The consistency of some themes across these very different accounts, even the extraordinary ones. It's fascinating from a psychological perspective, too.
Yeah.
Belief, pattern recognition.
For sure. And that leaves us, I think, with a final provocative thought for you to chew on. If claims like Moreno's were somehow verified, imagine you had undeniable proof of ancient alien breeding altering human DNA, Or proof that a hidden technology like HAARP truly was influencing thoughts on a mass scale.
Okay. Hypothetical.
How would that fundamentally change your understanding of yourself, of humanity, of the very fabric of reality? What would you actually do with that kind of knowledge? How would you navigate a world so radically different from the one you thought you knew?